morning and all that. God bless you so much for availing yourself to be used to bless homes. I am so grateful to you. And Daniela, oh my God, you have been awesome. Thank you so much. But it's good to be back. Don't ask me where I went. It's just good to be back. Now, let me find out how you have been. How have you been? Your homes, everybody. I hope that everybody is doing well. And I know we're gearing for Christmas. You know, a lot is happening around us. But hey, Christmas is Christmas. We will at least pause and then breathe and then, you know, make merry for a bit. And then we will go back to our issues. So next week is Christmas and we're beginning to have conversations around that. Now this morning we are going to be looking at managing expectations this Yuletide. Okay, expectations from your spouse, your children, your parents, your in-laws, your friends, your colleagues, loved ones, even people who don't care about you. It's Christmas and they're expecting that you reach out to them some way, somehow. But here's the issue. What if you're not in the position to do what you always do over the years this year? Because a lot has gone on. We're still dealing with a lot. When was this? I think 2 days ago. These, you know, my children at home, they're like, Mommy, we hear the dollar has done this. We hear fuel prices have reduced. But our snacks haven't reduced. Like, the prices are still the same. So you give us the money. So what has changed? And I am like, okay, you will understand it in a bit. So really, when it comes to our consumables, not much has changed, you know, and so we're not feeling it. And then you have all of these things on your head. They're just home for about 2 or 3 weeks. They go back to school. If you have 2, 3, 4 of them, like I have, then you're thinking about paying school fees for 4 people. And it's not just the fees. It comes with a lot of things. They'll be commuting to school and all that. So there's so much pressure on you, and you'd realize that you're planning ahead. And then all these expectations are around you. It's Christmas, really. New Year is coming. There is no way you will just, you know, fold your arms and close your eyes and assume that nothing is happening around you. And so you tell your partner that, you know what, yes, I know everybody is expecting us to do something. However, for this season, let's just look at, you know, giving to your parents and to my parents. And that's a situation we're dealing with. It's an email we had, you know. And that's what the man says. Let's just focus on your parents and my parents for this season. And then subsequently, we think of what to do with all the other 15, 20 people we have on our list that we always reach out to. And then your wife says, no, I cannot bear the shame of seeing people and acting and pretending that it's not the season for giving. Listen, even if we have to borrow, yes, she's lost her job also in the process. Even if we have to borrow, look, I'm working on getting a new job. We'll get money, we'll pay them. So let's borrow. Let's still give everybody. Let's not let people feel like, you know, the economic situation has caught up with us also so bad that we can't reach out to people and all that. She doesn't want any gossip around her and all. So let's do what we do. And the husband is asking, are you for real right now? Are you for real? So he tells me this has gone on for a while in the home. He is unwilling to borrow to do anything. He's gotten what he can get, and she's unwilling, you know, she's also not budging. And so now there's a silent treatment in the house because of people's gifts. So the peace, the quiet, the happiness, the love, and the joy in their home is threatened. And I know that most of us are dealing with some of these issues one way or the other. Who do we give to? Who do we not give to? What do we do? Shall we go on the same holidays we used to? Where do we go this time around and all that? And people are cutting down on things. Some are not happy. Others feel like, look, no matter what. It's just like the way some of us ladies think when it's, you know, time for marriage. You feel like wedding comes just once in my lifetime. And so, look, even if the dress is costing $1 million Ghana cedis or $1 million, we need to buy it because it's not like you're buying it again for me tomorrow, I'm buying it again tomorrow and all that. So some people think that it's Christmas. No matter what, we have to make things happen, and then the peace in your home is threatened. So this morning, I went to I had to run to Reverend Helen Yawson and Reverend Kofi Boateng, so they come and help us have this conversation so that we are able to manage these expectations in our home. Most importantly to me, for us to be able to keep the peace and the joy in our homes. It's Christmas. You're thinking about other people and you're frowning at your partner and your immediate family because you people are not agreeing on one thing or the other. And that's the conversation we plan to have this morning. You can interact with us right from now on 055 1111 997. 055 And today, because of the coverage, Weekend Show is not coming up. And so we'll see how it goes. We may have a little bit of time to answer your phone calls if you have specific questions on 0302 216541. 0302 216541. Thank you very much. And here we go. Reverend Helen Yawson, good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
I remember when I called, she says, Edem, I have quite a number of things to do, but what time is it? I said 6, so by 8 we are done. Okay, I will be there. And thank you so much. I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
Reverend Kofi Boateng, father of a champ. You know, last year the IGs, this is the IGs? Yeah. Yes. I mean, Kofi's son, overall, you know, Ghana, he came out tops ICT and literature, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're proud parents. Congratulations.
He got it from dad, of course.
You can say
geez.
that.
It's in the genes.
Papa
Usu
Papa
Boateng.
Usu Boateng. Papa, congratulations to you. And Daddy says that it is not just about the learning. He's got God as well. He will wake up, pray. You know, he goes for evangelism and all that. And this is a young, you know, a teenager, like what, 17?
Yes, 17.
Yes, and he's got his life together already. So one day we will host him.
Wow.
We will host him and have conversations with him.
Awesome.
But congratulations to you and the entire family, Kofi.
Thank you, Edem.
Great. You should
Good
see me
morning
that
to
day. I
you.
was screaming and going like, yeah. That's so beautiful. Great. So we want to manage expectations in our home this Yuletide. And we have a case on our hands. We'll look at that and then, you know, broaden it up. So the issue, like I said, is about this woman who says that, look, we usually would give about 15, 20 people. We still have to do that. Husband says, not at this time. Let's focus on your parents and my parents. That's what is important. The rest, we'll see what we will do later. She says, no, I can't go out, meet these people, and they're looking at you in their hearts. They're expecting from you, and you're feeling ashamed, and you're acting like, I know how that thing feels like. You're acting like nothing has happened, and it's business as usual. She couldn't stand that. Even if we have to borrow, let's do this thing, clear the shame, and then we know how to manage this thing later. But I called them and I was asking, do you people also receive? Says, Edem, who remembers you? Everybody assumes that you are the one who have, so you should give. And nobody gives you anything, but you're now being forced to go out of your way to even borrow to give them. Is that what? Yes, it's a season of giving, but is that what it should be? Is he right? Is wife right? What should it be? Maybe we'll start with you.
I think first of all, I feel that we've put with Christmas. We've put pressure, unnecessary pressure on ourselves to have to give people gifts. It's not like you have to, and the thing is that we have put that pressure. We have made up that pressure and put it on ourselves. I have to give Kofi a gift. If I don't give Kofi and his wife a gift, oh my God, when I say that, I'm going to be embarrassed. And then you now need to learn that pressure is you made up that pressure.
You brought it for yourself.
You brought it on yourself. And I think the important thing is always to remember that your family comes first. If I'm cutting down, my family comes first. And I'm not just for the gifts, but my family's finances come first. That's more important than me trying to please. I know what he's saying and what the lady means. Obviously, she's going to feel embarrassed. But the important thing is that, okay, you're going to feel embarrassed and then you're going to have a heap of debt after giving the gift. And I think it's important that you think of the security of your family. If the security of your family's finances are going to be threatened because of a gift that you want to give, can you not weigh those two and say that, okay, it's better that, okay, we know that we don't have any debt than to have this debt and be smiling at other people, and they think I'm okay, but I'm not actually okay because I just borrowed to give you this gift. So I think it's important. We need to know when. You know, there's always times whereby we have plenty and we give, and there are times whereby we need to cut down. I think it's important to have a realistic. Maybe they need to have a conversation again. But if there's silent treatment going on, maybe there's not much. Maybe they can. Maybe they can have some conversations by text. We need to have. Listen. They need to start having this conversation. That look, no, I love you very much. You know, I think maybe just tell her, look, I love you. I understand what you're trying to do, but we don't physically have the money. And if we do this, it's actually going to affect everything. We're going to get to January, and the whole plan that we have is going to be out the window, and it's going to be a completely different plan because now we've borrowed this money. So I think it's important for us to not put pressure on ourselves. I mean, apart from the scenario that Christmas, don't put pressure on yourself. Do only what you can do. It's not by force. It's not by force to give a gift. Even though people are expecting, you do what you can do. And I think we need to get to that point whereby we're not thinking of how we're going to please people. And while I'm thinking of how I'm going to please people, my husband's not pleased, my wife is not pleased, my children are not pleased because I'm trying to please people outside. Some people who don't even give a monkey's whether when I give the gift, they probably just when they put it somewhere. Oh yeah, that's the gift there. Oh yeah, okay, thank you. Next.
And that's it.
Yeah. So I think that it's important that we weigh our options and our priorities. I think priorities are important. That your family comes first.
Great.
Your marriage is more important than that person outside that you are actually trying to please.
Great.
I think for me that's really critical. Yeah.
So Edem, looking at the season in context, it means so many different things to different people. Regardless of whether we celebrate Christmas, whether it's part of our faith. It signifies the end of the year. And for some strange reason, people have become accustomed to being showered with gifts or showering others with gifts. And that is where the pressure comes in.
And the pressure is real.
So there's a lot of stress, physically, stress emotionally, stress financially. Because emotionally, when you and your spouse cannot agree on who to give gifts to, who to visit, you know, this is a period where we also visit. We visit, families, we visit parents, grandparents, in-laws, of course, because they expect it. They expect to be honored with gifts. They expect to be appreciated with gifts. And so how do you meet all the expectations of everybody else, meet all the expectations of your own family, or meet your family's budget? That is where the stress sets in. And then again, you have to cater for people, your guests who will be coming to visit and all. So you have to go out and spend a lot of money.
It's not easy.
So it's takes, just like Reverend Yawson said, it takes the focus off what the season was actually meant to be.
And that's been wiped up a long time ago.
Exactly. It's become a period of spending money, very materialistic and giving and receiving.
True.
But we need to refocus. We need to look at family budgets. We need to look at our needs. We need to look at what's important to us.
Yes.
We need to look at our family values and not go out and be like everyone else.
That's important.
Okay. So that's what they have been trying to look at. And it's interesting the points you have raised. They are all so true. Sometimes even, the children feel like, oh, it's Christmas, and very little things that they even would want to appreciate their friends with. I see some of them making cards and things on their own just to give their friends. So even right from childhood, people are being socialized some way, somehow. It's not like you're telling them or sitting down and conditioning them and telling them that this is a season you probably have to make a Christmas card and send it via WhatsApp or whatever. You're not saying it. But somehow the season comes with it. And if you have grown to the age of these people, like our age, and that is what it is. And okay, now, and you have gone through the years without necessarily, all you know is that you have a list of people you would want to appreciate or send gifts to. And you've done that over the period. And now you will have to rethink it So sometimes it is the rethinking process that brings about the challenge, and then you put that stress on yourself.
Yeah.
Now, this family have had a conversation, and they are not on the same page, as it were. And now people are frowning at home, and the man thinks like, with my wife's position, and it's a big issue with her position, he feels she can actually go out of her way to go and even borrow these gifts or something and do hampers and go give people. He is telling himself that if this happens, then I know the sort of woman I have. A woman who won't be submissive and listen to me when we are in crisis and all of those. And she just wants to do what I want to do. When you find yourself in a situation like this, and trust me, I know quite a number of people who are here. You know, we need to go and do this for your parents. We need to do this. We need to do this. And it's difficult. Sometimes you give out of pain. You have to do it out of pain. When couples find themselves in such situation, and like Reverend Yawson said, you are the one who has brought this upon yourself. Can we get to the point where we are retreating?
Yes.
And now that we are not understanding ourselves and it is threatening the peace in our home, practically what do we do? Where should they begin to have the conversations from to convince themselves that it's not like you're right or it's not like I am right, but we need to do the right thing? Where should they begin the conversation from? Because right now, I mean, people are not thinking anymore. Yeah.
I think it's important to find a common ground. You know, so there may have to be some negotiations at the family dining table. You know, we sit down and we look. One party is saying that let's do nothing at all. One person is saying that let's keep to the status quo. Let's continue to give gifts and hampers and everything. Can we find a middle ground where we can do some but not all? You know, so that the little resources that you have, you see how you can stretch it. Who needs it most? You know, there are people that we give gifts to really who do not need it. You go to their homes and they've got hampers from everybody, and in the end they turn around and also distribute to other people.
True.
These are people who will understand if you are not able to give them gifts or hampers or money or whatever you've been giving to them. So it may mean that you can just go and visit, but you know, in our culture, it may look awkward if these people are used to you visiting with gifts and all of a sudden you show up with nothing. So maybe this time around you call and say, oh, you know, we're calling to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we're a bit tight right now. Tight not in terms of resources, but tight with time. But we will come and see you. Asking? Yeah, exactly. We will make time to come and see you in the new year in hopes that things would have gotten better. So I think that families should not tear themselves up over, you know, gifts and giving over, you know, during the season, but find ways that you can still sustain your marriage when Christmas is over, when the new year is over.
Yeah, I was going to say over self-imposed tradition and customs.
Exactly. It's a very short period of time.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, I mean, look at today is what, the 17th?
Already.
2 weeks. So the next 2 weeks, you're going to put so much pressure on yourself that when January 1st comes, you're not talking to each other, and then your marriage is falling apart. So we need to be very mindful and try and meet somewhere. Find somewhere. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, I think priorities. Like we said, when I think your marriage is a priority, and as you said, I mean, I think some of these things, and if you're really, I mean, obviously Christmas is next week, but if you're really for maybe let's say for next year, if you're really, really, really feel that you want to do this and that you feel that you need to give people gifts, then start planning from January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, this year in particular, people have planned, and all your plans have been
the prices have tripled.
I know.
Exactly.
So, but I think that your marriage is priority, because after you give or don't give, who are you coming back home to?
Exactly.
This same guy, this same woman. You're coming back to your wife. You're coming back to your husband. They're the people who, whatever happens, they're going to accept you.
Yes.
So that you need to put them first.
There are some people who would just, like in this situation, who would just want to keep up with the Joneses. This is what we do.
Yes.
And this is what we must do.
That's the issue.
And, you know, last week Monday we had a program here, the health and wellness series, and the conversation was focused on staying healthy this season. And Notidwa was in the studio and was talking about the stress we put on ourselves this season, and he said something that we will have to learn and normalize saying no.
That's the thing, you see.
It's one of the ways that you can cut out a lot of stress. You know, someone invites you to a party, and if you know that, look, attending this party won't be very helpful to me. You will have to find
a new dress.
Yes,
fix my hair
new shoe and everything, and it's going to throw your budget off board, and you're thinking how normalize. You have to find ways of saying, oh, I really would have loved to come, but I probably will be out of town or something. You will have to learn, say, you know. Then a friend of mine says, there are lots of people who will say, oh, okay, no problem. I will get back to you on it. It means that you have put another pressure on yourself. Now you have to find ways of getting back to the person, and now going to either give an excuse or force yourself to be there. So to cut out stress, one of the ways you will have to do it is say no. Okay, we want to go and give gifts. This year we don't have it. But are there other ways that we can reach out to people?
Yes.
Exactly.
Because I was also going to ask after that, if we're able to look at some of the other ways that we can show love, other than always packing things and taking, like you said, sometimes to people who don't need it. Now you will have those people, and sometimes that's where the problem is coming from, who will meet you and go like, hey, my Christmas gift,
pressure.
Hey, this year, didn't bring me anything. And then that is where I'm sure that is what the woman is trying to to like avoid. Because honestly, you have met people and you quickly want to walk away because you know the next question that is coming up. And you know in your heart of hearts that this person would have really made good use of whatever gifts you gave them. But you also realize that at that point you are not in a position to. And then they see you and they feel like you are in a position to. So they start asking you, not one, not two, not three. How do you handle that situation as well?
So generally, Edem, I think one of the things we don't do very well at as a people is keeping within budgets, keeping budgets, and and staying within the budget.
Okay.
So, for instance, if you have 1,000 cities, you can agree that we are not going to spend more than 100 Ghana cities on any particular individual. And so, whatever the 100 can do, whatever hamper the 100 can do, whether it's fruits. You know, there are cheaper ways of giving gifts that we need to get very innovative about. You know, a box of fruits or a basket of fruits may not. Okay, I know I don't go to the market, so but I'm thinking
it's workable.
It may be cheaper than buying maybe all these what do you call it,
hampers from the
supermarket,
bottles of drinks and all the goodies. You know, so this is just me being creative in a man's way.
I was just saying, if you haven't been in a position where you've gone to give somebody like the fruits, and the person will just say, "Oh, fruit."
Well,
that's not what they were expecting.
No, so I mean, or maybe there are people that used to give a cash gift in addition to a hamper. This time round, it's just a hamper, no cash, or it's just cash. No, you know. So try and set a budget. This is how much we have. This is what we can do with it. Who can we eliminate from our list? Who needs it most, like you said? And then work with it. I think that's the best way to go.
We need to find ways around it.
Yeah. I think so. And I think it's important you have to be honest with yourself. As in, like, this scenario. You have to be honest. We only have, so this year, what we budgeted for gift, as you said, is 1,000 cities. So that's what we're going to use. And so, I mean, I think we need to just be honest. And as you said, we have to be able to say, no, I can't. And even when that person comes and says, hey, my Christmas gift, hey, Abner, you too, you also go into her mode or his mode and say, hey, it's not working. No, hey, I can't. This no gift. Oh, sorry. You also have to play what she playing on you. You play on her too. You have to be honest in a joking way, but be honest. and say, hey, things are hard, but it is well. God is with us. But
Next,
next,
New Year.
yes.
Yes, New Year.
Just a week away.
Yeah, so I think because if
Wow.
you always put the pressure on yourself when people say those things, people and they know they're expecting a particular response, and then some people even worse. Oh, I'm bringing. They will tell you I'm bringing some. Oh no, you're not. But so I think you also when they say it, jokingly, you two also say, hey, maybe next year, we'll do something. But you have to be honest.
And I think the biggest pressure comes from people would definitely bring you gifts. Neighbors and so on, and you know that they are definitely going to show up with something, and so you also have to reciprocate that that action, and then that's where the pressure builds, because you may look bad if they do something good to you and you don't do anything in return.
But I think that we have to take that pressure. I think maybe we need to get to a point whereby we don't maybe this is just me. We don't feel that we have to do things.
Yes.
When you get to the point whereby you have to, then the whole point of giving is lost. What's the point? It's because I have to. I'm not giving because I want to. I'm giving because I have to. Then the joy of actually doing it is lost.
Yes.
And I feel that whatever reward you're supposed to be getting for that giving, I think it's going to go out the window.
So I guess we should also be saying that, look, somebody sent a message, and I think it's quite true. I think people should be realistic and consider the difficult times in which we find ourselves, and try to understand the people who have always shared with them in the past. For the woman in question, I believe she should consider the bigger picture of survival of the family after Christmas and the New Year celebrations. The Lord asks us to love our neighbors as ourselves, not more than ourselves. Seasonal greetings to everyone. This is from Prosper Dovenyo. Prosper, I mean, that's so apt, you should also just stop giving people pressure already, because you don't know what people are going through a lot.
Yes,
and trying to keep up appearances. They're trying to smile through the storm and all that. Even businesses are cutting back.
Yes.
Things that you used to see and expect.
Bonuses you used to get.
You're not getting them
getting.
anymore. So a lot is changing around us, and people are not certain about the new year, what's going to happen in the new year. So people are trying to be very conservative.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I won't carry everything and come and give you, and then we go into the new year. I'm not seeing my way clearly.
School fees is coming.
Is there.
Yes,
it will be
true.
increased some way, somehow. They will they will find ways of putting something somewhere, and then you realize that, here you are, and you spend so much during the season, and then you're unable to see your way clearly in the new year because you weren't thinking. Nobody knows what's going to happen, Just the day my children were saying, Mommy, are you sure this, whole dollar and thing is not a gimmick? I said, well, I don't know. You understand? So, and again, I was going to say that I think some of the things, we have grown with them.
Yeah.
And we have made it traditions, and we have made it, I mean, they've become fetish.
Yes.
So, Kofi, I'm sure, Reverend Yawson, when we were growing up, every Christmas, your parents will buy you clothes.
Exactly.
They'll buy us clothes, they'll buy us shoes.
Exactly.
Like Christmas shopping,
Yes.
And
You eat special meals.
Yes.
But our children are lucky. They're so blessed. I mean, the meals that we used to eat
It's
for
not special
Christmas,
anymore,
now
is
they
it?
eat it every day.
No, so they taught me something. When they were much younger, I used to, during Christmas, you go and shop for them, because that's how you were raised. So that Christmas you need to go shopping, and it's interesting how when you go shopping during Christmas, things are so expensive, but somehow you
so
feel
much
like
demand.
it's Christmas, you need to wear new clothes. And as they grew, I think this was 2 years ago, and I was like, hey, I need to get new clothes for you people for Christmas. Then one of them said, what does that even mean?
Exactly.
And I said, what do you...
They already wear new clothes
Exactly.
every day.
I said, what does that mean? He says, Mommy, are we not going to go to church? I said, we'll go to church. And it's not just another Sunday. I said, it is. So why do we particularly need new clothes that you are even calling Christmas clothes? What's that?
How white.
Yeah.
And they were wondering, what does it even mean? Because we have a lot of clothes. You can't just wear any and go to church. But is anybody going to be looking at new dresses because it's Christmas? Or then, I mean, you know how sarcastic they can be. Or, Mommy, is it going to be labeled Christmas?
Christmas dress.
I think we all have to do away with the
telling you.
entitlement mentality. You know, it's Christmas and I'm due this. You know, I have to have
Yes.
this, and somebody has to do this for me. Once we
Yeah.
can all work
Yes.
around those things, I think we'll be fine.
Yes.
So I told their father, he says, "Oh, we are blessed."
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that is how whatever Christmas shopping or whatever, and they can't even be bothered.
Yeah.
Now you know the things that the
Did you
children.
get gifts when you were growing up?
You
You know,
know,
a gift wrapped and put under the Christmas tree.
where I grew up, we don't do that.
Which Christmas
Thank
tree?
you.
Nobody ever bought a
There wasn't a
Christmas
Christmas tree,
when I was
actually.
growing up. Nobody
You know,
ever
so
bought a Christmas
I
tree.
think sometimes we also copy too much, and we are actually outdoing those that we're learning from.
Yes.
And
You know,
times are changing.
Yeah.
The best gift, they said the best gift they have had this Christmas is Daddy got them unlimited data. That's it.
See?
there
Look
you
at that.
go.
There you
And
go.
Sit on
that
their
is
phones
all.
and they're happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have unlimited access to data.
Yeah.
And I mean, so if you woke up and you are giving them Banco or you are giving them Friday,
They don't. They
care.
don't mind.
They
Yeah.
have data
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
whatever it is they want to
Yeah.
do. So we have to actually sit back and start looking at some of these things that we have
Yes.
brought upon ourselves that is threatening the peace in our homes.
Yeah.
We have to look at them because, like Kofi said, some of the people don't even need the things we're planning to go and give them. It's
Yeah.
just a gesture.
Exactly.
So if
Yeah.
it's just a gesture
or to honor them.
to honor them,
Yeah. So.
and if you feel so obliged
Yeah.
to do it, and you know in your heart of hearts that the people may just be like people in your position who don't really need those things from you,
Yeah.
then you can have other ways and other means of showing them
Yes.
this
Yeah.
honor or
Yes.
honoring them.
Exactly.
And we can begin to think about other ways of doing these things so that we don't end up putting financial pressure
Yes,
on ourselves. It's
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think also that there's the issue of people not wanting to be different.
Yeah.
I think that I think culturally we don't like to be different.
Yeah.
We like to be in with everybody. So I don't want to be the one to say I'm not giving gifts. Oh my God, that's going to look very different. But I think we need to learn that different is good.
Yeah.
Being different is good.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to say, okay, well, I can't do this. There's nothing wrong with me. It doesn't make me less or small. It doesn't. I'm just different because, and I'm just being truthful that I can't do this now. So I think we need to learn that it's sometimes you have to be different from what everybody's doing because it's just the way it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's
Very,
important.
very, very interesting ways. I mean, you can actually, I don't know how that, but I think I would feel good, you know, if you received probably, how much is a mug?
Yeah.
It's not so expensive. And you probably have Kofi's family, mommy, daddy, maybe 3 children. How much is that going to cost you? And then you even get their names customized on the mugs, and then you go and give them. With 100 CDs, you are able to
Exactly.
give such a
Give
very
them,
beautiful gift to a family.
Yeah.
And just because it is customized, they are very excited about it. And these are things that you know they will use, not necessarily a bag of rice, oil,
Yeah.
tomato. You want to go and buy kente and all that, and you're giving. No, people do crazy things, and
Yeah.
you finish and you come back and you are thinking, just like they do for the weddings.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we'll be taking a short break very soon, but let me just remind our listeners that Home Affairs is brought to us by Amasha Partners Limited and iCare CompuGhana, passion for technology. Onga, Mama's Helping Hand, Ililei, and Royal King Cracker. Take Chalk Yohanga, Cerelac. It's all good, Mom. We will take a very short break now. When I come to your messages, we'll activate the phone lines and hear what you are doing. Maybe we can have some ideas, you know, for the season. And then we help people to be able to have some peace in their homes. Because trust me, this thing can bring a lot of misunderstanding in our homes. Thank you very much for staying tuned in. This is Home Affairs on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Edem Knight Tay. I am excited to be back and serving you family lessons here in Home Affairs. You know, our mandate is to help make homes out of houses, and that's what we are committed to doing. Listen in, tell a friend to tune in, because we're having conversations that will bring peace to your homes. By the time you guys are done listening to this conversation as spouses or as couples, I am very sure that the other person won't wake up at dawn and go like, who are we giving gifts to? Bring this, bring this, bring this. They go like, didn't you hear the conversation on Home Affairs? We will do what we are able to do. Don't kill yourself if you're unable to. Don't ruin the peace, the joy, and the laughter in your home, especially so when we end up forgetting what the season is all about, and then you come and end up making it pressure for yourself. Don't ruin if you have it and you're able to give very thoughtful gifts, people are happy. If you don't have it and you end up bringing pressure and threatening the peace and joy in your home, why do you even plunge yourself into such a situation? That's all we are trying to say. And we're not trying to be, oblivious of the fact that these things are real. We know they are real. We know they are real. We know how relationships you have courted over the period can be strained because somebody was expecting that you would reach out to them one way or the other and you didn't, and they take offense, and it's not the kind of relationship you would want to say, for lack of a better word, go to hell. It's a relationship you have courted over the period. It's a good one and you would want to keep, but because you were unable to give them something or reach out to them in a way they were expecting, then the relationship is strained. And so we need to find ways around these things. How else can you go about it if you don't have money to go and buy 2,000 or 3,000 cedis worth of hamper that looks, very hefty for everybody? What other ways? Which other ways can you go around these things? And that's what we're trying to do. If the lady was my wife, I will only tell her to leave the defense work to me. I'll gladly be her defense counsel wherever we go. So I'll tactfully put up a nice reason to tone down the expectations of people who would look up to us for goodies this Yuletide. Please, can you put up that defense and share it with us? Other people may need it. And that's the essence of this conversation. So, Kofi, if you're able to write that, the defense, how it's going to look like, please write it and share with us. Good morning to you, Edem, and your panelists. Giving should come from your heart, and you don't have to struggle to do it. It's about time we listen to our partners, especially our husbands. They speak wisdom, and we need to listen to them so that there will be peace and harmony in our homes. I'm sure he has a plan B, only if she's willing to hear him. Learn to say no when you don't have it. And, flip it. Some of the husbands are also spendthrifts. Some of them don't also listen. Good morning, Edem. I Beni Dugbeda from Nungwa. This is where being a male is hard, because all the ladies in our contacts will be sending you messages. Oh my world!
Send Momo.
I'm waiting for my Christmas gift. And the annoying one is those who will even request for New Year gifts at the same time.
When you escape Christmas, New Year
is coming.
They're reminding you just in case you don't give for Christmas.
But so you also tell them that you're waiting for yours.
Exactly.
So the person sends you, especially if this is just somebody in your contact list.
Exactly.
I'm sure somebody you probably may not have been contacting often. Just tell them you're also expecting yours and agree on where you will meet and do the exchange. That's all. So our phone lines are open, 0302216541. We want to know what ideas you practically have. Let's not pretend that these things are not happening. They are happening. A lot of people are having headache. There are people who are not sleeping because of these things, And it's and you know how you are probably, especially so in the job market, you're hoping to get somebody to assist you to, get a job or something. So because of that, you feel like you need to show love to all
when you're jobless.
Oh,
exactly. I think with too much, we put too much pressure on ourselves. I think we need to take, because it doesn't help. So you're jobless, you're trying to impress this guy, then you give him a gift. If I was the one you gave the gift, in my head, I'm calculating, he's jobless.
You need it more than I do.
Yeah, you need it more than I do. He's jobless. Why is he doing that? I'm thinking of what kind of person are you?
But the thought is that you want the person to keep you top of mind.
You want to get their attention.
You want to get their attention.
So you give them a gift.
You don't
will
want
make
them to forget you.
So you call them and wish them well say that, I'm looking forward to better times and, I hope to see you in the new year.
We've stopped communicating.
Yeah.
Now we just give things.
Yeah.
We don't ask people how are you doing? Oh, God bless you. Oh, thank God for the season. We're still here. Say a prayer over there, a blessing, and send. We're stopped communicating. we just we don't talk anymore.
Yeah.
We just give things to replace what we're really supposed to say.
to say.
Because sometimes, there are people who actually cherish those messages that you actually send.
Exactly.
Because there are a lot of people in certain positions who nobody ever asks, how are you?
That's true.
Yeah.
Nobody ever. People just dump things. Oh, we'll just give him the hamper. And the guy is sitting there, he's seen all the hampers, but nobody ever even asked how he is. His marriage is falling apart. He's on the verge of divorce. His children are sick. He's been in hospital the whole year. Nobody knew, but they've dumped hampers in his office. And he just wished that somebody would just actually ask him, how are you? No, we don't. We think gifts.
That is something.
Yeah.
That really touched me. Hello, Dan. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
My God is fine. How are you too?
I am well, thank you. Dan, how
Yes.
many people do you have on your list this year?
Come again.
How many people do you have on your list this year to reach out to by way of gifts?
Let me finish talking first.
This is
It means none.
I like that. Please go ahead.
I don't think there's somebody in Ghana who is not oblivious of the situation and circumstance in which we find ourselves. The right thing to do is this. Many have tried to change the world around them without any success. The right thing to do is change yourself, and the world around you will change in response to your change. What I'm trying to say is this. People try to involve so much in this period, but the right thing to do is humble yourself, calm down, spend little, and you realize that your economy and your family or your household will not be affected even as you enter the new year.
Great.
God bless us. Amen.
Bless you. Thank you very much. That's very profound. Humble yourself to your own self. And, and I guess, be very honest with your own self. Reverend Helen Yawson has been saying that. Be very honest with your own self and know that, look, I am living above my limits. And then, he says that when you change yourself, the world around you will change in response. And that's very true. Hi, Nanekia. Good morning.
Edem.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, beautiful. Nanekia, you're on air.
Yes. I'm trying to tell all ladies out there that January is just around the corner. And if you have 2 or 3 kids whose school fees have been increased, virtually everything has been increased. You have books to buy. Let's remember that January we are starting a new academic year. You are going to buy books, pay fees for 2 or 3 kids. You are going to buy school bags, shoes, everything. Let's spend according to, because honestly, salaries have not been increased.
At all.
And prices of food items, everything is escalating. You cannot give what you don't have. Me, for instance, I started paying the fees and buying the books now. I cannot go and give hampers whilst my kids' school fees have not been paid. Please, let's be reasonable like this. The men are also suffering. Thank you.
Thank you, Nanekia. And while we wait for the next phone call, let me remind us that good food brings good memories, and that's why taste matters. And Onga is the taste master. As taste masters, we give every meal that superior taste. A wide range of Onga flavors assures you of a superior taste and irresistible aroma. Why don't you get your Onga powders, the Stew 3 mix, which is a combination of ginger, onions, and garlic, our classic and chicken, and oh yes, for the Onga tablets, the shrimp, the chicken, the beef, and the stew come together to make that. We have a flavor for every meal. This is just what you need for an Ongalicious meal. And by the way, Ongalicious is the new delicious Onga. Mama's helping hand, Ilili. Hello, Kwame. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, Kwame?
Very-
Great. Please let's hear you.
Okay, so for the past 2, 3 years, what myself and my wife used to do is that um, she brings 5 people from her family. I bring 5 people from my family, and we give them hampers.
Great.
Somewhere around first week of January, of this month, she asked me, "Are we doing hampers?" And I'm saying, "Hmm." Then she said herself, "Now, the school fees no doors this year, young hampers." And I'm like, "Thank God, you know." So
Revelation.
let's just cancel the list. The point is, we have to live within our means. It's not by force. A call, a text message will do. See you next year. We hope to see next year. Next year should be better for all of us. It's not by force to do hampers. We should live within our means.
Kwame, don't go. Hold on. And this was in January.
Please?
This conversation was had way back in January.
No, this conversation was just the first week of December.
Oh, first week of December.
Yes.
Great. But you two understood it.
Yes.
So what it is that nobody at all is getting anything from you two.
No. 5 from each person's family. This year we are saying no.
Even your parents?
No.
Wow.
Hi. Good morning. Oh, Afishapa, this year it's fine. Our parents are aware that things are difficult.
Wow. And you intend to, like you're saying, intend to replace that with a hearty phone call.
Yes. And we'll visit our parents on 26th and say, "We've come to pay a visit. Your grandchildren are here." And we are gone.
They should also cook for you people to enjoy in their homes.
Definitely.
That's all. Kwame, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you see how important this is.
Yeah. Edem, I was actually going to say that we have to be careful with the visitations or the visits because some people actually put a lot of effort in receiving visitors and guests. They cook, they order all kinds of goodies for you. So if you go and visit with your 5 children and you go and eat all their food and all the cake and drink all the drinks and give nothing, you know.
Be considerate.
So, are telling some of us to just stay in our homes and not move.
So I think we should limit the number of people that we intend to reach out to. Maybe focus on family. For once. Just be a little selfish. In-laws, grandparents and parents. And the rest, God will take care of them.
It's a hello, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Edem.
Yes, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while. What's up?
I'm doing good.
Sure.
Yeah. Pertaining how we spend during Christmas, I think we must be circumspect because all that we keep on saying, January is more than 2 months. But the moment we receive our December salary, then we overspend it. First week in January, then things are not going on well. So we need to budget. There's no need to force yourself to do things that you can't afford. That's the letter that I would say.
Thank you very much. I think everybody just understands that. And I am very happy we're having this conversation. It will just put things in perspective for a lot of people.
Yes.
And when we are done, we are going to upload this onto YouTube. I'm sure every day we have to, replay it back on social media and all, so that when somebody didn't hear it today, they'll hear it again and know that, look, you don't have to kill yourself because you need to go and give somebody a gift. And then at the end of the day, you come and then you've gone to show off during the season. And then when January comes, you now probably want to go and borrow to come and take care of your home.
Well, you probably borrowed to get the gifts, and now you have to borrow to
what
now
is all
take care of
that?
the family.
Yes, And I mean, Kwame's point, was very, that's it for me. Just tells you that it is actually a conversation that families should have.
Exactly.
It's
Very
a
important.
conversation. You can't just pretend that this is not it.
Yes.
It's a conversation. And if you are also used to receiving, you to think about giving. Hi, William. Hello, William.
Yeah, good morning,
Good
Edem.
morning, William. How are you?
Thank God. How are you too?
I'm well. William, you're still in bed, huh?
Oh, I woke up. Just that the waking up is not waking up.
But it's okay. It's a weekend. Once you don't have to rush out of the home, it's okay to relax in bed a bit.
I see, Edem. You know, we've had a tradition in our home. I mean, I made a conscious effort to make every day Christmas Day for the family.
Okay.
So when it reaches this point, there's no extra thing we can decide to go out if we have. We don't have night enough here. Some Kukunte will do a good job. We are all happy. We don't now, even now that things are worse. I think about 2 weeks ago or so, my 9-year-old and I were just having some conversation, and she was like, "Daddy, so where are we going?" I said, "Well, you choose where you want to go." He said, then she mentioned the mall, and I said, "No problem, but it's your school fees, I will use it." And she was like, "Then how would I go to school?" I said, "So choose between the mall and school." She said, "Oh, after the mall, it can wait." I said, "Hallelujah."
Yes.
So I would just urge families. Yes, we grew up knowing that December, January are holidays, and you have to chill, you have to. But things are not like before. The times of the 70s and the 80s are no more like 2021, 2022. So we should rather be training our children to see more realistically when it comes to handling finance. Those things are going to get worse.
What about, parents, in-laws, extended family who would probably be expecting, you to
The good
visit?
thing is that they already know my stance when it comes to some of these things. I am always visiting or sharing when I have.
Great.
So there is nothing expected extra when it comes to December, January.
Nice.
Now there are others who don't know that. So what I've done is, what I usually do is I design my own season greeting cards and I share around with the name of my name and my family's name on it. Share. And my dear, those who appreciate will appreciate. Those who won't. After it's your pocket. You've done what you can do.
That's true.
But given the current situation on the ground, the school fees have increased. They brought yesterday they did our day. When I saw the bill, it was just that, that cold sweat that can catch you in air condition.
I know.
So that's how we're doing it here, my dear.
Wow. I think it's great. I think it's great. I think the conversation needs to be had with, I think what William said was fantastic. Have these conversations with the family. Sometimes, actually, like you also mentioned, sometimes what we even think the children are thinking, they're not thinking it.
No.
They never mind. They're thinking, oh, we're okay.
We're okay.
We're all right. Oh, they would tell you, oh, mommy, we understand.
Yeah.
They will actually tell
do.
you that.
Yeah.
So I think that we shouldn't sort of put that pressure on ourselves, but actually the children actually understand. And if you actually sit with them and actually explain, they will say, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Adam, on the other hand, I think we should also take note of the fact that those who are calling in are only the ones who probably do agree with us. There may be many others who do not agree with us. And so we shouldn't be too hard on our spouses too. Let's make some small compromises. Let's not take an entrenched stance and say that, I said nothing and nothing at all. Let's meet them halfway and make everybody happy, because if we are not careful, you get your way, nothing happens, and they're going to be moody and upset the whole of next year, and you don't want that either. So let's be tactful.
Very truthful.
Yeah.
You two, or we all have been stressing that point about you should have conversations.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Discuss these things.
Yes. And agree.
And we said from
Negotiate.
the beginning
Yes,
that
negotiate. Exactly.
in having these conversations, you both made the point put the family first.
Yes.
What's important to the family. You don't want to do all these things and then at the end of the day, you come and put pressure and a strain on the family's budget.
Yes.
Will that also make you happy?
No.
So have the conversations. If we are able to do this much, but William made a point that also made me very happy, that all year round, you give to people.
Exactly.
So you don't wait and put everything together
in one
and
day.
say that it is Christmas that I have to do all of this. You may not be able to do it.
Yes.
So within the year, you want to go and visit Auntie Akusia. You're going to Auntie Akusia. You are able to afford a bag of rice. You take it to Auntie Akusia.
You have Father's Day, you have Mother's Day.
You do all of these things. Yeah, you know. So, I mean, you can plan every month. Those who need to get, somebody gets something every month. And then at the end of the day, it becomes your way of doing it. And then they don't end up expecting that you will have to go and get, 1 million Ghana cedis to come and get gifts and give to everybody. I think it's a very good way of going around it. Come to think of it. Hello, Nanama.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nanama. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
I'm very interested in the program. My children, when I was not sick, I didn't introduce them to this Christmas gift and going to market and buy things for them and the rest. It is not like that. When I become blind now, like this children will face it. But because I didn't show them this type of Christmas gift, they're going to buy things for them in the Christmas, they didn't feel it too much. And at the same time, the other opponent was saying Christmas, if somebody call you and say, even how are you, is better, more better than giving you even 20 hampers. And it's true. But at times, when I become sick like this, at times, the whole year, Christmas, nobody will call me from even my family or outside to say, how are you, even know. So what you people are saying is very, very interesting and educative. I thank you people. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very, 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 very much. We can pick a few more, phone calls before we wrap up. But somebody sends a message. Very thoughtful gifts. So the person is asking that, can you use gifts to send a message during the season? You probably know somebody, a friend or somebody who, maybe has body odor. So are you able to buy packs of deodorants and perfumes and all that and send to the person because the person has a chronic problem?
Oops.
How about toothpaste? You probably want
Mouthwash.
to buy different brands that will do different jobs.
Oh, jeez.
And then this one, I'm wondering why you would send such a gift. Like a sex toy.
It's suggestive.
It's too suggestive. That's just
In what situation?
Oh, of course, you're sending a message to the person.
Yeah.
That's what?
Oh, please.
No, Kofi, I am wondering, who is this person? Is the person your partner?
Okay.
So I am wondering
So it could be
context.
very disrespectful depending on who the recipient is.
Yes, but then again, I am wondering that when you are sending the sex toy to them, is it okay? Maybe you know that they have been single for a very long time or something like that, and they would need it. I'm looking at the context.
Sure. I get
for
you.
which reason you may be sending that.
Yeah.
If the person is your fiance or something, why would you send? What message are you conveying?
Yeah.
That's what I am thinking. That that's maybe, unless of course the person has expressed a desire of having a sex toy, then maybe the passing
that's
conversation.
interesting.
But
I'm not sure where I want to go.
I'm wondering.
I want to go there.
I'm wondering what message you'd be sending with a sex toy.
Sure.
But yes, I think toothpaste, different brands.
But I think sex toy. You are saying something.
Exactly.
You are saying something to the person. Is it well? You need to be doing this. Why are you sending? Why are you sending me a sex toy to do what? What do you do with that? Yes. So what's the purpose? You are saying something.
Toothpaste.
And the toothpaste. If you want to send a hamper that has household items and there's some toothpaste in it,
but not only
that's
that.
completely different. But if you then send me a pack of 10 toothpaste and
They'll
pack of
return it.
10 deodorants, I mean,
And then I will make sure that the toothpaste is more than half of the that will come.
so then it has to be a very big hamper, isn't it?
I tell
It has to be a
you.
very big
So-
hamper.
or maybe you send edible items and then there's one toothpaste in there, you know, because then obviously
Or some mints.
Some mints, right? Hopefully they get the message. Hi, Jackson. Abusa, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Jackson.
Morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, Auntie Edem.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your program.
Thank you for doing
Some
the
of us,
listening.
we are benefiting a lot.
Thank you.
And may God bless you. And may God bless Joy FM and all the staff of Joy FM.
Amen.
Yeah. It's
Really?
true. Auntie Edem, do you know that some people forget by January we'll be buying books for our children? Some people are forgetting. They will spend all the money. By January, they will start calling people to borrow money. As for me, every day is Christmas Day in my house. We don't do those things. We don't plan for it. We don't go for chicken and rice. If today we decide to buy those things, we go for it and do whatever we want to do. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Thank you too. And for your eye care challenges, look no further. Amasha Partners Limited and Eye Care has it all. Your eyes deserve the best care and quality designer eyeglasses. Amasha Partners and Eye Care undertake the following services: supply of designer frames, eye testing, supply of lenses, sunglasses, contact lenses, ophthalmologist in attendance, and general treatment. You can locate us at opposite Trade Fair Spinters, adjacent to ICGC before Community 18 Junction, McCarthy Hill, opposite Benjay Lodge, North Kaneshi Swan Lake, opposite Greenhand Junction, Achimota's second floor, Dainswa Plaza, Takrade there on the Axim Road, opposite CBG Banko, opposite Housing Junction, Kumasi Airport Roundabout, Kolebu, opposite ECG, and Koforidua Central Hospital Road. And when you go to Tema, they are in the Meridian Plaza, Community 1. Numbers to call 0302939850 and 0302778827. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And Christmas is here again, and Christmas is here again, and with it comes the Roverman Festival of Plays. The festival is the perfect treat you can give to yourself, family, friends, and colleagues this jolly season. It's one of the things you can actually do. Buy beautiful Roverman tickets and give it to, a family.
Yeah.
It won't cost you much. It's just 100 cities.
Yeah.
So you can do that. And see, you can give them 2. If they are more than 2, they buy the rest.
Yeah.
Asa?
Yeah.
In partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, Roverman Productions brings you 5 exciting and mind-blowing original Lebuwai plays for this year's festival. The plays are scheduled as follows: 24th December, Take Me to the Moon; 25th, The Devil's Wife. The Devil's Wife, Daniela,
Stars in it.
yes, she's one of the main characters in that. Hey, Daniela. 27th December, I Slept with Your Wife. I haven't seen that. I will see it. 1st December, I missed this one, so I'm going to see it too. Husband Material. And 2nd January, She Said. He Said, She Said. That one too, Daniela is in it. Hey, those 2 I have seen. Very biased. That's my producer.
Yes.
There will be 2 shows each day, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Venue is the National Theatre. Rate is 100 cedis. I told you already. And you can get e-tickets by dialing *365*535# on all networks and follow the prompts. Physical tickets are also available at the usual outlets: front desk of Joy FM, Shell Shops at Airport, East Legon, Tema Community 11 and Dansuman, Total Shops at Bachona and Hacho, and at Frankis Osu. For enquiries, you can call 05055460010, or you can WhatsApp 05055460030. Sponsors: Geno Tomato Mix, GCB Bank PLC, Airbony Condoms, and KML Laboratories. Make your Christmas exciting by buying your tickets for the Roverman Festival of Plays now. Roverman Productions, be the difference. Do I still have George on the line? Hello, George. Good morning to you.
Edem.
Good morning,
Good,
George.
good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Great.
And you?
I am well, thank you.
Edem, I called to say thank you because you helped me to select school for my kids.
Say that again.
So I called to say thank you because you helped me to select school for my kids.
We still missed.
On behalf of something for my kids.
Yeah?
We still missed that. Could you please speak up for us?
What I'm saying is I called to say thank you because you helped me to select a school for my kids. Now the house is jamming. I'm very happy.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, George. It's still interesting how that very bit we're not hearing it because we
yeah, something about the kids.
Something about the kids. Yes.
That on behalf of
the kids, right?
Yeah.
Great. Whatever it is that we have been able to do to put smiles on their faces, we're happy about that. We thank God, and we're praying that next year we're able to do more. Yeah.
Oh yeah. God bless you.
Bless you too, George. Bless you. Okay. We should be wrapping up any moment. So next week Saturday will be the 24th, and we will have a show here. And we'll just be taking Christmas messages. In fact, you can use the platform to send your gifts. Call in. That's all we will do. I will be here. Call in, send the Christmas messages. You call, say all the nice things you want to say to the people. That is if you are not able to be there physically. We're going to put our platform at your disposal to be able to do that. And, there are lots of activities also in town you might just want to look at. But let me tell you one that you can actually make good use of. 21st December. It is absolutely free. We have the Joy FM Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols coming up. It's happening at the Labadi Beach Hotel. Very beautiful and very good place. You don't pay anything. We have the Joyful Way Incorporated. They will be there. Kofi Osupipra will be there to sing. MOG will be there. And Celestine Donko will be there. It will be one of the best gifts ever you can give anybody. Tell them to come and meet them there. Come there with the family. Invite auntie, uncle, tell them to come. And by the time you're done, you're there, you have conversations, you chit-chat, you hug each other and everything. Trust me, it is not that place that they're expecting you to bring the hamper. And by the time they meet you there, you have all your conversations. If you don't show up with the hamper, you still give them a very beautiful gift because you invited them to come. But all you have to do is book a seat because obviously we have seats for about 300 or we can make it up to 500. So just book a seat. You just have to send invite, INVITE, and if you want space for 10 people, you say it. Invite, add 10 to it, and then send to our WhatsApp number, the number 055 1111997, and then you just hashtag Joy 9 Lessons because we have a lot of messages coming in on that number. So just hashtag yours, Joy 9 Lessons. So when we go into the console, we're able to find it. Invite, hashtag Joy 9 Lessons to 055 1111997, and also add the number of seats you'd like to reserve so that we can make the reservations for you. We don't want anybody to come and stand. If you're standing, then you're dancing. Otherwise, you should be comfortably, seated. Again, today we are not going to have the rest of, our programs because of the election headquarters. We're covering the NDC, the elections and all that. So right from 8, the JoyNews team will take over on air until all the results are declared. That's all we're going to be doing for today. That's how come we had the extended version of, Home Affairs. Okay, Daniela,
apparently
I will do
the
that.
gentleman who called was thanking you for helping select schools for his children a school for his children.
I see. Wow.
Yeah, so
that's interesting. Thank you. Yeah. Great. So we'll take your final messages now, and then all that we've been talking about. You want to reiterate it, advise people on what to do, and then we can wrap up. They say ladies first, so let me start with you.
I was just going to say that actually. Well, I mean, Christmas is about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, the gift that God gave to us. And I think this year, why don't we take the time out and actually go back to the original meaning of Christmas, which is about Jesus Christ, and actually celebrate him and share the good news that he was born and what he came to do, that he came to save mankind, and he came to bring joy, and he came to bring peace. Why don't we send those messages and share that? So I want to encourage everybody that this Christmas, let's talk about Jesus. Let's talk about him, and let's share him with everyone that we meet. And as for the gifts, you do what you can. And Jesus is the reason for the season. Even though everybody, oh, that sounds cliche. It's not cliche. It's the truth. So let's share Jesus.
Great. Let's share Jesus. And Reverend Kofi Boateng Esquire.
Thank you. Edem, I think aside all the merrymaking and giving and receiving gifts, let us practice gratitude. Let's do some introspection and be thankful for all the things that we already have. Let's be thankful for our families. Let's be thankful for our careers, even if we don't have the perfect job. Let's be thankful for our health, even if it's not perfect, and pretty much everything, the gift of life. Once we focus on the good things and the things that we have, it makes it easier for us to deal with the things that we do not have.
And we don't end up making it about hampers and, all those other things that will end up bringing, challenges to our homes. Great. Before I let you go, please let me do some of these messages and then I will wrap up. Nee, good to know you are listening. Thank you very much. I met Nee somewhere last week, and look, Kofi and everybody who's been regular on the show, you guys have been doing great jobs in people's homes. He says, Edem, I was going through a tough time, and Home Affairs was just the place to be. You didn't have to go see a counselor or anything. You just tune into Home Affairs, and by the time the show is done, your problems are solved. And people have testimonies. I'm sure next week and the 31st, we will be, sharing some of these testimonies so that my guests will know that they are waking up every day. If you have to be here at 6, then I'm sure by 3:30 you are up, maybe preparing your notes and all that, and they have done it regularly. Reverend Yawson has just joined the family.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Reverend. It's a beautiful family.
Okay, so... Oh, Kofi, please go ahead.
Okay. So today is the engagement or the customary marriage of my friend Cecil Metonunu, alias Chachu. She's a very fine young lawyer, and his wife, dear wife, Constance Terrier, and I just want to congratulate them and wish them well in their new journey.
And happy birthday to Theresa now of Social Welfare and Community Development at Gas Central Municipal Assembly. This is from Ikwamwa Boateng and all the staff of the department, and also to Jamila to Haruna of Social Welfare and Community Development at Central Municipal Assembly from Ikwamwa Boateng and all the staff of the department. Happy birthday to you, Theresa, and to you, Jamila, too. Daniela, please, are there any more? So, thank you all very much for doing the listening. It's been Home Affairs. Oh my God. Okay. I am having specific instructions. So let me go look for the instructions and carry them out. Congratulations to you, Nadede, as you tie the knot with your beloved Oladokun. It's from your dear father, former Attorney General Ni Ayikwe Otu, your mother, Mrs. Patricia Otu, and the rest of the family. They are so proud of you, and they wish you well. And so Nadede, congratulations to you. So like I said, we're done for the morning right now. Merry Christmas to you. Please don't go and fight in your homes. Have the conversations. Some of the points I noted. Your family must come first in all of these decisions. So make sure that whilst you sit down and have the conversations, put your family at the center and then put everybody around it, and make sure that you are not putting other people's interests above your family interest, especially so when it will begin to create confusion in your home. Now, we also learned that these things bring pressure that we have brought upon ourselves. So ensure that you're not putting too much pressure on yourself. Do what you can. Again, we've been advised that we should budget budget, budget, budget. What's your budget? If it's 1,000 cedis you have to give gifts to people, and you know that falls within your budget, please ensure that you're working within that budget, so that you don't end up waking up in the morning frowning and snapping at everybody because you've gone to do things above your budget. And then Reverend Helen Yawson again said that we have stopped communicating, so we end up using gifts to, communicate, and sometimes they don't even send the right message, like the toothpaste and the deodorant. So have conversations, communicate. We also have learnt on the show that you can make phone calls, make family phone calls. Mother, father, the children, you sit together, you call, put it on loudspeaker, and everybody is saying and they are happy and all that. It works. Was it William who shared with us that all year through, you put people at different places, and then you're giving what you can give to whoever, so you don't end up putting all the pressure on you within this season. And then Kwame also called and said that usually they will have these conversations, and then if we can't give it, we have both agreed that what we have ahead of us is bigger than what we want to do this Christmas. So at the end of the day, we look at what we have ahead of us, and then we make phone calls, and if things get better, we reach out to people. Visit grandma, visit mommy and daddy if you can, and then, don't put too much pressure on yourself. We had a call from Dan, who also says that we should humble ourselves. And, when you change things around you, the people around you will also change and become accustomed to the changes that you have made for yourself. So in all of it, you're placing your family and yourself first and doing things within your means. I hope that, these nuggets will help you plan the season so that you will remain joyous and not end up putting undue pressure on yourself. I also shared with you that during the health and wellness series, one of the things I learned was that we should normalize saying no. If you can't, please say no politely in very beautiful ways so that you can have your peace. It's very, very, very important. Thank you, Daniela, to everybody who's working behind the scenes to ensure that you are listening to Home Affairs today. Thank you to all of you. Reverend Kofi Boateng, God bless you. Reverend Helen Yawson, God bless you for coming. And next week, we will be here with another educative session of Home Affairs. Bye-bye.